As native tribes populated the Americas for thousands of years prior to the arrival of Europeans and Africans, they took on characteristics that were unique to their geographic surroundings, utilizing the land and the sea. The Nootka tribe, who lived on the Pacific coast in what is now British Columbia, Canada, were prominent whale hunters. The Ojibwe Native Americans, who lived in the upper Midwest and points east along the St. Lawrence River in what is now Canada, harvested wild rice. And the Taos Indians of the American Southwest were known for their pottery. But despite their cultural and geographic differences, some similarities did exist among the various Native American tribes. First was trading networks. As tribes established permanent settlements, they became well known for certain goods or products. An elaborate interconnected trading network across North and South America allowed native tribes to trade goods without ever having direct contact with one another. For example, archaeologists have found Taos pottery, made in what is now New Mexico, at sites used by the Incas in the Andes Mountains of South America. If native tribes could not get a particular product from their community, they could trade it for others, either directly or indirectly. Second was land use. Unlike Europeans and other Western cultures, Native Americans across the Americas did not see land as a commodity which could be traded, owned, or sold. Moreover, most Native peoples' notions of all property rights differed markedly from those of Europeans. Native Americans generally felt a personal ownership of tools, weapons, or other items that were actively used, and this same rule applied to land and crops. Groups and individuals exploited particular pieces of land and used violence or negotiation to exclude others, but the right to the use of land did not imply the right to its permanent possession. Next were common Native spiritual beliefs. Most Native Americans did not distinguish between the natural and supernatural worlds. Spiritual power was ever present, tangible, and accessible to human beings. While some Native American tribes had multiple spirits or gods that we would presume made them polytheistic, that is not the clearest distinction. Almost all Native American tribes had one supreme god, but they used different names for such a being. Things like Great Spirit, Great Mystery, Creative Power, or simply the Creator are all examples of terms used by natives to describe what they saw a supreme being that oversaw the mechanics of their world. And finally, Native Americans shared common traits around social organization. Most people lived in small communities or tribes which helped to maintain kinship and a continuation of customs and traditions. Unlike the European world, however, many native peoples were matrilineal, which meant that family and clan identity proceeded through mothers and daughters, as opposed to fathers and sons. Due to this, women were often important religious or spiritual leaders in tribes and communities, and women had far more sexual and marital freedom than their European counterparts. Women often had greater freedom in choosing their sexual partners, and in many tribes, women chose their husbands, unlike in most Western cultures, where the reverse was true.